Okay. Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome back.
Here we are.
So now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to compose an epic poem ourselves. And I'm going to begin. In a long, long, long time ago, there was this famous warrior that stood by defending the truth, the poor, and the people who were under the rule of tyrants. Now, Nazaret, can you continue?
And one day, he decided to travel and help people who was in danger in a village crossing the mountains.
Thank you. Radames?
I have the Nazareth. When Nazareth was talking, it was like frozen.
Oh, you're frozen. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. Well, he hasn't said the name. You can say the name of the epic hero and describe him if you want.
Oh, I don't see a lot of movies. It's just the Big Wolf.
You can invent one. Invent a name.
Oh, okay. Superman.
Okay.
The Superman who was a man who came to the earth. Yes.
The teacher said that we're gonna compose a poem or an epic poem. It start narrating a first part, then Nazaret, and then you are going to continue with the story with your own idea.
Exactly.
That's why I said that when Nazaret was talking, it was like frozen. I was trying to fix it, but I couldn't.
Okay, don't worry. Just come up with a name and a description of a epic hero that you want to invent. It can be funny. It can be.
I can repeat it if it's needed.
Okay, please, if you want.
One day, he decided to help people from a village crossing the mountains.
Okay.
Okay. He built a big ship, and gathered a lot of warriors to go with him, and they have a lot of weapons.
Weapons. Okay. Well, okay. Makes sense.
Okay, but but between those big mountains, there were a river, and
Okay, thank you.
and what was the name of the hero?
You can come up with one.
Oh, the name was Arthur. I don't know.
Arthur. Okay.
Arthur was the name of this guy who sailed from a village, and he wanted to cross the two big mountains, but in his sail, he, I don't know, he was captured with
Okay.
for some, I don't know how to say it, enemies, where he was captured for some enemies.
Okay, thank you. So he was captured. Arthur was captured by enemies.
Yeah.
Yvonne.
El audio.
I don't listen who was captured.
Oh, Arthur, our hero, was captured.
Hero was captured.
Our hero, yes.
And he was captured, and then some people look for someone to help him, to rescue him.
To rescue him. Okay, thank you. Diana? Remember, it's an epic poem, okay? Diana?
Coronavirus.
¿Me escuchas, Diana?
Diana?
We can hear you, Diana.
We can listen to you. We can't listen to Diana. I don't know why. Diana, there's no audio. We can't listen to you. Okay, don't worry, don't worry. Diana?
Mimic.
Okay, Diana, don't worry, don't worry. Ana Karen, can you continue?
Yes. When he got rescued, he continued his way. He was expecting to find a big giant monster to fight, but what was the surprise that when he arrived, all he saw was... Can someone continue?
Okay, thank you. Estela?
Okay. And the monsters are very scary, and they have many weapons to fight with Alfred. And someday continue.
Okay. Cristina?
I didn't really understand what she said. I was.
Okay, she said that there were many monsters that he had to fight with, and they had many weapons.
Okay. So, no sé. He had to come up with a plan so he could escape and to find a way to defeat him. because he
Okay.
didn't know that they had sent for help so they could rescue him.
Okay, so he was already freed, okay? Okay,
Oh,
Alex,
he was
can you-
already free?
yes. Okay,
Sorry, no,
don't
no es que
worry.
se traba.
Don't worry. Alex?
Yes. Oh, I can understand something. The wife of Arthur is rescued him, or
No, his buddies. His
what?
friends.
Ah,
His
her friends.
Yes.
Okay. And her friends. What did you say, Christina? Christina.
Well, I was saying that he was trying to find a way to get away, but they said that he had already been rescued.
Yes.
So he's facing several monsters.
And then they finally arrived to where Arthur was captured. How do you say? In,
And he's already freed. He's free. Now he's facing the monsters.
I'm very lost, really.
He's about to fight with the monster.
Yes, he's facing the monsters.
Okay. And when when they fight the monster, they remember they had a flashback to how they got a superpower of the sun, and remember that her father says to him, if you have a problems, you got the master sword and this blended and you will burn in a fire and you kill all of them.
Thank you.
But
Thank you, but Nazaret.
But the sword was broken during the fight, and he had another flashback when his mother said, my son, be brave like your father and me, and everything you wish will be real. And he took off the giant arm off.
Eso es plagio.
It's another monster.
Another monster, another Grendel. Thank you. Mariela?
Grendelito.
Grendelito. Mariela?
Okay, then that the monster was harmed. Maybe the hero was harmed too, and he couldn't continue fighting with the sword, and he was trying to find another kind of tool, or what can I say? And he ran away from the monster because he couldn't do something to save himself. And what else? He decides to never shows up again. And I don't know if anybody can continue with the history because I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me continue. So he sees himself surrounded by 10 big monsters, and they are attacking him, and he's being stabbed with their swords. But then, in the middle of the fight, he sees this giant axe, and then he grabs the axe, and he feels a superpower that is running through his entire body. And then he is killing the monsters one by one until finally he is the only one who is standing up. And all the people who was watching the fight were shouting his name, Arthur, Arthur, Arthur. But suddenly, when he was enjoying his glory, a huge, huge, huge sound came from the sky, and he sees a giant ball of fire coming down to the earth. Cynthia, what else?
After feeling all that power he had, he became, how can I say that? He felt like anyone could derrotarlo.
Defeat him?
Defeat him. So he called him that he was like the king of everything and everyone, and that he was, yeah.
Okay, now remember that he has already defeated the monsters, but now he has another problem. He sees a giant ball of fire coming down to the earth. So now what does he do? Sorry.
He discovers that he can fly, and then with the big, powerful axe he had, he destroyed it.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, now he has defeated the monsters. He has destroyed this giant ball of fire coming down to the earth. And when he wants to rest, but he sees that is this giant wave coming to the town, a big giant wave from the river. What happens next, Joanna?
Well, it was this giant wave, and he got a little scared, but he remembered that his mother has told him that anything he wished, he could get, like anything he wished, it would become true, as my classmate said. So he wished to be able to breathe underwater. So he was okay with that situation. And then he saw many sharks, and he was fighting against them because the shark wants to eat him. And I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Grisel. Grisel, he can breathe underwater, but the people from the town can't. Now he wants to save the people from the town and also their houses. What does he do now?
Alfred noticed something that was shining and he took it, and it was magnificent. How can I say it, because I don't remember. So
A what, sorry?
A magnificent globe. A globe that it was shining,
and then?
It was like a pulse was for you can breathe with these kind of things in the sea, in water. and they take it and gave the people when they was when they were near to the river or lake, or I don't remember what it was.
Was a river?
That's it. Heidi, but you say to us to do it.
Okay, thank you. Now, how can he save the town from this big wave using his axe? What solution would you come up with? Anyone?
He cut a lot of trees and make a big wall around the village. And
Okay.
when the big wave punched the I don't know, the wood, then split it, and then that's how he saved the village.
Excellent, very good. Now I'm going to try again, once again, to share my screen with you. Let me see if I can. What about now?
Better.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, going back to Beowulf, what we don't know about the poem is who wrote it, when exactly it was written, and how much exactly of this poem is truth and which is fantasy. Now, what we do know, can you help me, please, Grisel, reading what we do know about Beowulf?
What we do know, Beowulf is the oldest surviving English poem. It's written in Older English or in Anglo-Saxon, within the basis of the language.
Okay, what else? Continue.
Can I help? ¿Ya se escucha?
Yes, please. Diana?
Yeah. Some of the characters in the poem actually existed.
Okay. Continue.
The only copy, someone wrote something, a message, and then I can see. The only copy of the manuscript was written sometime around the 11th century AD.
Thank
1000.
Thank you. Diana, choose a victim.
Adriana?
Adriana? Adriana, so why wasn't it written down in the first place?
I'm going to continue reading.
Yes, please.
Because I see only the part that says the only copy of the manuscript was written.
Yes.
Just that. And it continues on the other side.
And you can,
what we don't know, who wrote it?
Down below that.
Oh, so why wasn't it written
Yes.
down in the first place?
Yes, please.
This story was probably passed down oral, what it says, I can see because of the slides of my partners.
Can I continue?
Yes, please.
Orally for centuries before it was first written down. It wasn't until after the Norman invasion, 1066, that written stories don't became common in this part of the world.
Thank you. Thank you. Some people say, scholars said, that this poem was written by a monk the monk bead. Now, thinking about this type of poems or songs, is there any relation with some kind of poems that we have here in Mexico? That are passed down orally?
Mitotes.
But remember, epic songs, epic genre, epic poems, or epic songs.
No idea.
No idea.
Well, Moctezuma was poetry, I think so.
Yes,
Moctezuma, or yes,
no,
but I don't know what kind of poetry.
Nezahualcóyotl. It was
Netzahualcoyotl, yes, Netzahualcoyotl.
Oh, Nezahualcóyotl.
Yes. Yes, but in
Like,
modern day Mexico, we have songs or poems that are similar to this genre. They're very popular.
El Cid could be El Cid.
Yes, now remember that El Cid is a Spanish poem. It's the equivalent of Beowulf for Spain. We're talking about Mexico. Here in Mexico.
Like
Okay.
La Llorona.
Well,
No.
that is terror. That is terror.
Yeah.
Now, I'm talking about narco corridos.
Oh.
You know, there's a hero which does supernatural deeds like facing 1,000 soldiers and killing everyone and so. So as you can see, the epic genre is very popular, and also they're passed down orally. For instance, which is the oldest corrido that you know?
I remember the first corridos came from, I think so. Well, the first one, they started with the música norteña, los Catilinares, kind of that music bands. Like for example, here in Sinaloa, we have Chalino Sanchez, like corridos like, as you said, one guy who killed everybody and with one 45 and that's it.
Yes, of course. Thank
Mexican
you.
Revolution, Adelita, La Rielera.
Yes, only Adelita is not an epic poem. Why? Because she isn't a leader. She isn't a warrior. It's just a song. For instance, Mixael, can you choose a victim?
Let me open my... Radames.
Radames, can you help us read? Remember the characteristics of an epic poem.
Characteristics of an epic poem. Hero is a great leader.
Okay.
The setting is broad and includes supernatural realms. The hero does great deeds in battle or undertakes an extraordinary journey of quest.
Thank you. For quest, yes, thank you. So these are the characteristics of an epic poem. Radames, choose a victim, please.
Grisel.
Okay, Grisel, once again, please. Can you read us what are the Old English poet? Grisel?
Sí.
All English Poetics.
Ya vi dónde está, profe.
Okay.
All English Poetics. Kennings, a metaphorical phrase used to replace concrete noun. Ready-made descriptive compounds words that evoke vivid images. Teacher, ¿me puede subir un poco, por favor?
That is so.
O hasta ahí llega.
Yes, that is so.
Canons are formed by
Canons are formed by prepositional
phrases.
Canons are formed by prepositional phrases.
Possessive phrases.
All English poetics. Alliterations, repetitions of consonants and vowels. Sounds in the beginning of words. Caesura, a natural pause.
Yes.
Es que está teniendo fallas con el internet, parece que se
In the middle of the line of poetry.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
No se entendió lo que dije.
No, don't worry, don't worry. Thank you. Going back to canons. Canons are metaphorical phrases used to replace a concrete noun. For instance, we have the giver of knowledge is one canon, or mankind's enemy, there's another. Or for instance, I have some here. What comes to your mind when you hear the term bookworm?
The what?
Bookworm.
Bookworm.
What comes to your mind? Someone who reads a lot, right? Someone who spends a lot of time reading. For instance, what comes to your mind when you hear the canon four eyes?
Four eyes? Four eyes?
Four eyes.
A person who uses sunglasses?
Exactly.
Wear glasses.
Or glasses?
Exactly, exactly.
Thank you.
Yes. Those are canons. For instance, in Beowulf, there are several canons. For instance, the light of battle, and is referring to a sword. Another one, battle sweat, and is referring to blood. Another, sky candle, and refers to the sun. So canons are metaphorical phrases to provide meaning, a different meaning. And so they're used to, so the author uses canons to make the poem more elegant. It sounds nicer. Also, alliteration is the repetition of consonant and vowel sounds at the beginning of words. For instance, tongue twisters are a very good example of alliteration. For instance, she sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashore shells. Those are alliterations. Are you listening to me?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
And the last one, caesura. Caesura is a natural pause or break in the middle of the line of a poem. For instance, if I telling you, and the big hero was under a great threat and danger, but he, using his light of sword and carrying his big shield, entered the cave when suddenly, and then I make a pause. Why am I making a pause here?
To make it more interested in, like, so suddenly, then it's coming something more interested.
Exactly. That is called caesura, a pause between the lines of the poem to cause expectation, to raise enthusiasm, to raise awareness from the public, for the audience. So we have those parts of Old English poetics that are present in Beowulf: canons, alliterations, and caesura. And also another characteristics from the epic poems we have is it's good versus evil. And here we have the religion influence. Christian being the good and the paganisms being the evil, personified in this case by Grendel. Also, at the end of this poem, of the Beowulf poem, they found a great treasure, the treasure of the dragon that they recover. So for these people, the Anglo-Saxons, wealth and riches were very important. And we can see here also in this poem that Beowulf travels from Sweden to Denmark. So we see here the importance of the sea and sailing. Also, Beowulf goes to help the Danes because Grendel is destroying their home, Hero. So here we have the sanctity of the home of the Danes. Another characteristic is fate. The destiny is very important in this culture. The destiny of Grendel was to be slayed by Beowulf, and the destiny or the fate of Beowulf was to become a great hero and a great king. Also, there's loyalty that Beowulf chose to the king of heroes. And also, of course, he's a great hero and he performs heroic deeds. Those are the characteristics of the epic poem. Now, who was the last person to participate? I don't remember. Diana? Diana?
Yes.
Choose a victim, please.
Joanna?
Joanna? Joanna? Hello, Joanna? Is Joanna here?
Profe, ahorita hablé con Joana y es igual que yo. Tenemos mala conexión.
Okay, Mixael. Thank you. Mixael?
Yeah.
Now, can you answer this first question?
Describe what happened to Grendel's when he raided Arrowed and encounters Beowulf.
Yes, please.
To Grendel. I don't understand the question, to be honest. I described what happened with Grendel when he raids Harold. I don't understand the word raids.
Oh, raids. He attacks.
Harold and encounters Beowulf.
Yes, as you can remember, Grendel goes every night to Hero, to the mead hall, enters the mead hall, and kills everyone that is inside it. So Beowulf is waiting for Grendel when he comes once again to Hero to kill everyone. And in this case, Beowulf is waiting for Grendel to come. And what happens when Grendel enters the mead hall and is faced with Beowulf?
It starts a fight, and then as the picture says, Beowulf cut it off of the Grendel's arm,
yes.
And then Grendel's run away. I think so.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Oh.
We have less than a minute. If this session ends, we're going to enter for the last session, okay? Mixael, choose another victim, please.
Yvonne.
Yvonne. Yvonne, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yvonne, the second question. Why is it significant that Grendel only hunts at night?
Well, because he's in the dark. Okay.
Yes.
He don't go anywhere on the day. He only goes on the dark in the night. That's the first thing.
Okay.
And because he's a monster.